Welcome to this new segment that I'm testing out. I don't know if I'm testing. I'm probably going to keep it because I have fun talking to people. And because we are in quarantine, there is no talking to people. Is this getting my audio? Oh, I had my mic plugged in, but I didn't realize it was working. So I might sound magnificent right now because honestly, my computer is sort of trash. But story time. So I noticed I was on YouTube and I'd run across stuff and I saw a lot of people doing story time. So I clicked it. I'm like, hold on, you can have a whole fucking YouTube channel for story time? Do you know how many metaphysically witchy, creepy stories I have that I could share here? So I am going to try this story time. I'm going to try to keep it up because I like telling a good story. And man, I feel like because I am so open to so many experiences that I get crazy stories. I keep looking at my fucking hair here. Y'all, I promise I did my hair. It's just I got frizzy, multicultural hair, so it just does whatever. I might be the only one worried about it, but it's really bothering me because it looks like I don't give a fuck, but I swear I do. Yeah, next story time out. I don't know what I'm going to do. Shit. The blight of blended hair, I'm going to call it blended hair, is never ending. Because I'm not even mixed. Both of my parents are black, but they're blackish. They're both blended with Native American, and my dad has Pennsylvania Dutch, which is just a fancy term for the German. My mom has some type of Native American too. And that I was able to trace all the way back to fucking Britain. Turns out my family lineage is the furthest back I can get it is during the Crusades. But we weren't the Moors. We were British royalty that killed the Moors. So that might explain a lot about how I ended up African American or blended with all these other races just to become a melting pot of acceptance. I literally can't hate any other race because I think I'm all of them. I've been so genetically engineered. But it has its bonuses, which leads back to this story. Because I'm lit. Whatever that Native American shit is in my lineage, I'm chief running water or some shit. I hope that wasn't racist. I feel like you can't say anything anymore. But they run through my blood, I swear. They really do. So, story time. I can get off subject real quick. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put post-it notes on my computer so I stay on track. I feel like I have not been able to talk to anybody in so long that I could just blab. Maybe over time, this will be my blab space. I don't know. Overthink shit too much. Virgo's in my second house. So, the main thing that has been on my heart lately is spiritual warfare. So, I am a reader. I read tarot and birth charts and all the sort of stuff that tells you how to get your life in order. At the same time, I am trying to teach everything I know to everybody so that we can all get the fuck off this planet. Pretty much, because we've all been sort of stuck here in many, many cycles of reincarnation, so we play out our karma. But every time we come back and somebody pisses us off, we create a string of karma, and that makes us have to come back and work it out. So, because every time we come back we forget, we're sort of at a disadvantage. Now that we are in this great awakening, the advantage is sort of waning away. We're starting to get our memory back. But we need to help each other because we don't have a whole bunch of time. We got time, but as you can see by the state of the world, we are needed. So, spiritual warfare. You might hear a lot of the times, as above, so below. What the fuck does that mean, right? So, that means whatever happens in the spiritual world manifests down here. The spiritual world is at war. Can you tell? So, just to, I guess, maybe so we get on the same page. Alright, so, we're in these bodies, right? That's cool. But we all understand that when we pass away, we are no longer in these bodies and our energy just goes off somewhere. That place that somewhere is more important than here because these bodies are temporary and the souls are forever. So when you go to sleep at night, that's the same as what happens when you die. When you sleep, your consciousness leaves your body, as we do every night, And you go to the astral plane and you play out your ideas, your pains, your subconscious desires, and all that shit in your dreams. So what I noticed was recently, I had a string of people who had readings who would mention the fact that they're having horrible nightmares. Not just horrible nightmares, like, but I'm talking apocalyptic, getting raped and all this sort of stuff. That's because it's fucking going down in the astral realm. Ways that you know, well, I don't, it's really hard to decide where to start with this because it all sounds completely insane. But since learning this knowledge, I have not felt as worried about my life as I did before. Before the spiritual awakening, nothing actually made sense, and all this weird stuff actually pulled it together for me. So, story time. What happens when you are spiritually attacked? The nightmares are usually the first indicator that you are being attacked. I mean, it's pretty obvious over there in the astral realm when you start dreaming and you have messed up stuff happen, or you wake up in a worse mood than you went to sleep. That's what's going on there. This also leads over to you being depressed, you being tired, not yourself. You can't get rid of the feeling because the energy or whatever is feeding off of you in the other realm, because we have I'd like to say carbon copy. We have us in here, and then we have our oversoul, which is another copy of us that walks around during the day. If you saw the movie Us, that is a perfect example. You saw how there was the one girl who was above, who sort of walked around and her life was cool, but then underneath, the girl was still going through the same thing, but it was like in the sunken place. That's what you need to keep in mind. That's what happens when your soul is under spiritual attack. You are walking through this frequency while your soul is walking through the other frequency and being attacked by all the other stuff because there's no protection on you, or you're not even aware because our memories got wiped. I have a very good example of this. A couple of weeks ago, when the protests began, me and my husband stayed up watching the news. We watched this shit all day long, and he got upset. He got very upset. He watched stuff all day. He ended up arguing with people online. But by bedtime, we were sort of cool again. We were chilling. So we went to sleep. And I pop up at like 3:34. And when I sit up, I'm like, well, there is definitely something standing by my husband's side of the bed. Now, keep in mind, guys, I've been seeing stuff since I was little. Now, I don't actually see it. It's more of a sense. And like I can see the outline. It's like invisible. But I know something is there. It's like the molecules in that area look a little different. You know how when we look anywhere, guys, we automatically see static, like we're sort of in a television thing? That's a whole nother conversation. But you know how we sort of see static? I can see clumps of something, like whatever. And I've been able to see stuff like that forever. I'm like the chick in fucking Paranormal Activity. I just don't talk to them. I don't say nothing. I go about my business. So I saw something next to my husband's side of the bed. I looked at it and I said, there is something there. And I proceeded to begin walking to the bathroom. As I make my way to the bathroom, I stop. My bathroom is in my bedroom. And I look about 5 feet away from that near the bedroom door. There's something else there. At this point, I said, fuck this. And I was about to actually go take a spiritual bath. So no sooner than I got in the bathroom and I was about to sit on the toilet, I hear my husband screaming, but it's like muffled. So I run out and he's screaming. His mouth is closed. He's screaming in his fucking sleep. And I tap his foot and I said, hey, yo, get up. Because I figured, hey, there's something standing by the bed. Maybe he felt it in his sleep. So he wakes up and he looks absolutely terrified. He was like, there's something by the bed. And I was like, no shit, dude. There was something right here. And there was another one by the door. And he started boo-hoo crying. And I'm like, because of course this whole time, you know, I thought I saw stuff or I know I seen stuff, but I just marked myself motherfucking crazy. I was just like, you know what? If I can see it and I'm here, whatever, I'm not telling nobody. You're not finna lock me up over this shit. But he's like, after he gets done his boo crying, he's like, there was something by the bed. And then there was another piece of it by the door. And they like followed me in this room. And like they were trying to get me, but I got back in my body. I'm like, bro, stay your ass out the evil astral realm while war is going down. So what's happening now for us guys? Because Neptune is home in Pisces, a lot of us are clearing our past life karma because Pisces directly connects to the 12th house. That is where all of our karma is held and where we have to dissolve stuff, mainly our ego, our sense of self, in order to pay back service to people. Like, I'm recording too hard. Sorry, guys. So, have to pay stuff back. Pisces. So, but that's also where your gifts are. Stuff that comes through your dreams, the ability to astral project. Anything that has to do with these energy or these spiritual gifts. Pisces is God energy, pretty much. So, with Neptune being at home in that time, you may be realizing that you are starting to deal with things you haven't before. You are more susceptible to spiritual attack because your gifts are coming back online. It's like your enemy couldn't see you before because we were all asleep, and now that you're awake, your enemy notices you're online too. So of course, the people who are here to help, who are coming back online, are going to be the first people attacked. The attack makes you think negative thoughts like you can't get out of them. Start thinking suicidal thoughts like you can't get out of them as well. The enemy's goal is to take you out so that you don't help other people. Right now, we are spontaneously lucid dreaming and astral projecting and all that sort of stuff, which puts us at risk. Like, nothing can really take over your body, but you can sort of be tortured in the astral realm, which has an effect on you here, no doubt. That's sort of how magic works too. When you light a candle, you send something somebody's way, it hits their astral body and fucks them up on earth. I find that part kind of cool, but don't do that because you will have to come back here and you will hate it, like we all do now. So after that, I mean, it was verified. He had a killer clown cop coming after him, and he followed him back to his body from the astral realm. They were pretty much going to jump him if he had not made it back to his bed in time. Shit is crazy. So that's my story time for today. Wrap that into spiritual warfare. I would love to hear your stories of being attacked in the astral realm or your spiritual things. Now, I don't want you guys to be nervous about actually trying out these things when they are controlled. Right now, I'm actually encouraging you. Try these things out. Try them in a conscious way so that you know you're doing them. So you don't end up like my poor screaming husband, who I now still occasionally have to shake out of his sleep because he has a Pisces rising. All of his shit is coming back and he's just going to be very psychic. He has a Scorpio moon. He has no idea what the fuck is coming for him. Anybody watching this, just know that all your stuff is coming back online, and it's probably best to get attuned or try to work that out. I am going to do my best to try to teach you everything I know so that you don't have these problems. I already posted a video on protections to keep these things from happening to you, and I look forward to other story times with you guys. Thank you.